Welcome to Sothern-cross Resistance. I am your host, Chris Learson. Today is just going to be another solo episode. If you haven't seen the last one, we didn't really get into many topics. Mainly, we just talked about the war on drugs, which we'll get into today. But the first article that I really wanted to bring up, which kind of brings a bit of a smile to my face. Now, the head of this is from the American Mirror. I'm not sure who owns the website, but the American Mirror goes on to say, us in big bold letters, Assarge. Hillary's a demon that is going to put a noose around everybody's necks. Now, if you don't know who Julian Assange is, you're a fucking idiot. But Julian Assange is the head of WikiLeaks. He's the guy that put out all the stuff when it comes to Bradley Manning and... Well, no, he didn't have anything to do with Snowden, but he released all the information with Bradley Manning. So are you going to say something, Chris?
He's locked up, isn't he?
Actually, we shouldn't really be calling him Bradley Manning anymore because he prefers was it Chelsea Manning?
But
Apparently,
didn't he get locked up for?
He's still locked up. He got a few. He's practically going to be locked up for the rest of his days. I don't really see any.
He's that dude with the white hair, isn't he?
Yeah, no, that's Assange. That's Julian Assange. Bradley Manning he's just a young corporal who was getting a bunch of information on how the military was killing innocent people and covering it up, and he released all the footage. Yeah. And then the problem was he went to one of his so-called friends and told him what he had done. Suffice it to say, his friend wasn't a very good friend because they went straight to the military police and had him arrested. Yeah. But getting back to the article, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange believes American mainstream media are erecting a demon in the case of Hillary Clinton. Just look at the cow. I'm sorry, just look at her. She's fucking ugly. I mean, she's so fucking bad. Ugh, scary. Anyway, okay, so yeah, they're erecting a demon by slanting coverage in favor of the Democratic president, Hillary Clinton, which he accused of whipping up McCarthyism hysteria about Russia. Now, she's saying that, if you don't know, a bunch of emails came out from Julian Assange about the DNC. That's the, where they hire the Democratic elected person who's going to run the party. It's called the DNC. Now, they released a bunch of information that they literally stole the election from the other candidate, Bernie Sanders. Now, if the Democrats wanted to win, then they would have put Bernie Sanders up front because everyone seemed to like him. Now, he was forced at the DNC to go on stage and admit that fucking, we should all vote for Hillary, there's nothing wrong with Hillary, blah, 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 blah. But she literally stole the election from him. It's come out, and it came out in these emails. It literally, one of the people head of the DNC had to quit due to the fucking leaks that Julian Assange has put out. Now, he has come out and said that he's got more leaks coming in the future. But honestly, if I was him, I would just fucking release everything that he has now. But I'll get more to that in a second. Now, according to Politico, also, hang on, I'll go back to the start of the article because he said that the recent notion promoted by the CIA Deputy Michael Morrell that Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump and the Green Party candidate Jill Stein are being manipulated by Russian spies. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Donald Trump's being manipulated by Russian spies. Because that's not a fucking conspiracy theory at all. Fucking wankers. Morrell, who has lived in the federal... what? Who has lived... The fuck are they talking about? Anyway, he goes on to say that fucking... Hang on, let me scroll down. I'm going to cut some of this. Julian Assange says the American liberal press is falling over themselves to defend Hillary Clinton. To defend Hillary Clinton, they are erecting a demon that is going to put a noose around everybody's necks as soon as she wins the election, which is almost a certainty what she's going to do. And it's almost a certainty on what she's going to do. Now, if anybody, all you need to do is look into Hillary's back into her past. Look at all the fucking people who are around her that just died. Now, he also fucking put out a $20,000 reward on a DNC a person who worked at the DNC who suddenly died. Now, he's not officially saying that this is the person that gave him the emails from the DNC, but he's not just putting 20 grand out there just for the fucking sake of it, you know what I mean? Yeah, Debbie Wasserman Schultz had to fucking step down from the DNC because of these emails, because it showed that fucking they stole the election from Bernie Sanders and how they were going to run him down. They were sending people who supported Hillary wearing Bernie Sanders shirts to the Donald Trump rallies and attacking people. Why were they doing? And you wonder, why the fuck would they bother about that? Because that eliminates Hillary's opponents. Her two opponents at the moment were Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders. How do you eliminate them? You pit them against each other. The last thing that she wants is the fucking Bernie supporters, once she got in, to go over to Trump. So what does they do? They pit them against each other. Sad thing is, no, it's not really a sad thing. Thing is, hasn't fucking worked. Because people know she's a dirty ass scumbag. Fucking vagina probably smells like day old Vegemite. Who knows? Stop laughing. You know it's true. He goes on. Julian Assange goes.
How do you think Vegemite's made?
Hey?
How do you think Vegemite?
Oh! I just had an image of fucking a conveyor belt with fucking Hillary squatting over the top of it, going one jar, two jar. Anyway, Julian Assange goes on to say that we have a lot of material, thousands of pages. There's a variety of different types of documents and different types of institutions that are associated with the election campaign. Some quite unexpected angles that are. I'm reading that wrong. Yeah. Some are quite unexpected angles. Quite interesting. Some even entertaining. Assange did reveal that the documents might come out, but said that he believes they will likely damage Clinton's campaign. I think it's significant, he goes on to say. It depends on how it catches fire, and as in the public, and if the media chooses to run it. And they're not going to choose to run it. I mean, the DNC leaks have been out for how long? It's been proven for how long that fucking that Bernie Sanders had. I'm not for fucking Bernie Sanders. He was up for fucking ending the Fed, which I do agree with. We should fucking get rid of any centralized banking. The one thing that's ruining us at the moment is centralized banking, but you can hear me go on about that in other podcasts. He was talking about that, but I don't like his communistic views. You know what I mean? He believes that the government will solve anything. You really think the government will solve shit? Look at Venezuela. Venezuela are eating their zoo animals. The money's gone in Venezuela. They're breaking in. They're eating their zoo animals. They're eating their pets because they have no fucking money. And this is the exact same type of crap that Bernie Sanders was pushing. Now, I don't agree with it, but nor do I. But he shouldn't have had the election stolen from him. Guaranteed, if Bernie Sanders had a fucking won the election, then he would have. What do you want to add?
Not to be confused with the founder of KFC.
Bernie Sanders. What's it?
Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders. Yeah. They kind of look very similar. I'm going to throw up a GIF. So look at Bernie Sanders and fucking, what's his name again? Colonel Sanders. They kind of, with the exception for the mohawk, they kind of look very similar. Maybe they're from the same place. But they do have both streaking grey hair. Bernie Sanders looks more like a fucking emperor penguin than a fucking anything else. But anyway. He had this is what I'm getting to though. He had the election stolen from him. He would have beaten Trump. Regardless of what you think of Trump, he would have beaten Trump because more people, well, apparently, were liking him over Hillary Clinton. And then they stole the election. But that dovetails straight into my second article, which is... hang on, I've got to give it a minute to load. You said this shit was quick, you liar. Oh, here we go. Assange, this is from RT. Assange kill attempt. Unknown, and this was about 2-3 weeks ago. Assange kill attempt. Unknown man climbs Ecuador London embassy before being caught by the security. Now, what WikiLeaks put out in a tweet, male intruder at 2:47 a.m. climbed the walls of the Equatorian... I'm saying that completely wrong. Equatorian? Maybe? I'm getting that wrong. Embassy in London, where Julian Assange has asylum. Now, he releases a bunch... He's there safe for years. He's been there for 4 years. No one's fucking attempted to break into the place as far as I know. Now, he releases a bunch of... This is what I was getting at earlier. He releases a bunch of stuff about Hillary Clinton, and then somebody breaks into his thing. You really think that has... Oh, come on. What Julian Assange needs to do is that... I think he's waiting for like a bit of an October surprise for when the election finally gets around here, then he's going to release all of the information. Don't do that. Fucking just look at what happened to the Washington madame who was found hung in I can't think of her name, but she was found hung in her mother's garage. And she was saying, I have more stuff I'm going to release, rah, rah, rah. And Alex Jones, while she was on the show, warned her, whatever you got, release it. You know what I mean? They're going to kill you if you don't.
You better watch your back then, Chris.
Oh, yeah, they're going to come after me. Ooh. Alright. Fucking Hillary Clinton. Huh? Take your best shot, you fucking silly cunt. Fuck Hillary Clinton. Seriously. Evil fucking woman. Now, people might think that I just don't like her. I don't know. Maybe think I'm a fucking chauvinist. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know why people think. The reason I don't fucking like her, because it's come out time and again that she has covered for all of the fucking rapes that Bill Clinton has been charged for. She has actually been caught, and people who have been raped by Bill Clinton, which were settled out of court, which is a load of fucking bullshit. No rape should ever be settled out of court, in my fucking opinion. If I'm suing Rankin for something, right, then you settle out of court. If fucking Rankin rapes me, he shouldn't be set out of court. I'm just putting that out there, so if it happens, you know who to blame.
Don't use me for your twisted examples.
I'm just putting that out there. Like, a rapist shouldn't be, it shouldn't be put down to that. They shouldn't be settled out of court.
In other words, it sounds like bribes.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Here's a few fucking $100,000, here's a few million, whatever it was, settled out of court, just shut the fuck up. That's happened time and again. And one of the women had even come out and said that Hillary rang her up and threatened her. Okay? You don't think that this just look at all the people that died around the Clintons. There's over 30 people that died. The guy that released the fucking the emails that I was just telling you about the DNC, about her stealing the election from Bernie Sanders, that guy was killed. Nothing suspicious. It was just a fucking robbery, and he was just shot in the head, and nothing was stolen. Oh, but nothing fucking suspicious. And another guy who was a Bernie Sanders supporter was actually going up, to see. I can't even remember the full case, but he was found with apparently he dropped his fucking his weights on his neck. There's nothing suspicious here. Just moving on. Hillary Clinton has killed more fucking... And I'm not saying she's directly doing it herself. I'm not saying Hillary Clinton's walking around like the Joker shooting people in the back of the head or something. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the power structure that's putting Hillary in charge is the one that are putting all this shit forward. Now, can you grab me a drink, please? I see you pouring yourself a drink. I'd love a drink, thank you. I don't want... No, I don't. That's my drink. Oh, okay, whatever. I'll cut that bit. Now, I don't know, man. Fucking when it comes to Hillary Clinton, all you need to do is fucking look at her. And regardless on the whole Picklegate scenario where her trying to open the jar of pickles on Jimmy Kimmel to show that she's not sick, what a load of shit. Like, and just like Mark Dyson, Alex Jones came out and said, "There's no pop. There's no pop when she opens the pickle jar." Who here has ever opened a jar of any type? The vacuum sealed fucking jars pop open. Like that. Not quite like that, but very similar to that. There was no... And there's something fucking wrong with this woman. They've just come out and said that she can't even fucking do the debates. She's going to do the debates, but she's not debating Trump. She's going to go out there for half an hour, talk her fucking bit, then he's going to go out there for half an hour and talk his bit. Since when in American history have they ever fucking not had the debates? Seriously. Even in Australia we didn't even have debates. What the fuck is going on? I can tell you what's going on. It's the power structure. I don't care what you call it. Call it Illuminati, call it New World Order. Just call it the fucking centralized banking system. Call it whatever you want. She is just a puppet to that. And anybody who has come out against that has either died or never made it to the elections. Just look at what happened to Ron Paul a few years ago with the Republican candidate. It's no different than Bernie Sanders now. I thought they would just push him out. But no, they literally stole the election. Now, getting back to this, it says, as I read, man intrude. Then another tweet came out 19 minutes ago at 2:47 a.m. An unknown male scaled the side wall and window of the here we go again Ecuadorian got it embassy in London, but fled after being caught by security. Yeah, no shit, man. Anyway, so do you really think that if I had a message to Julian Assange, it would be simply this: whatever you've got, release it now. Because this cunt ain't gonna fucking wait for you for your little October surprise. They're gonna fucking try something. And you are just lucky that you're surrounded by guards all the time. A majority of her victims were not. Anyway, getting completely off that hairy cunt. Fucking, we're moving on to trolling. Now, everyone's had this being online. I actually like the trolls. They say don't feed the trolls online. I fucking love it. I reckon it's brilliant. But the American government have just released this. Feds spend close to $500,000 to combat online trolling. Yeah, because that's a problem. That's a fucking thing that the feds...
I'm a troll.
You're a troll. Yeah, and this is your bridge, is it? Yeah. No, but...
Do you even know what trolling is?
Yeah, it's where you fucking go online and you start arguments with fucking people and everyone knows what a fucking troll is.
Good, just checking.
Just checking, okay. I thought you were going to add something, but no, you just wanted to sip on your water. That's a good idea. But the National Science Foundation is spending roughly $500,000 to combat online trolling. Seriously, they've got nothing better to do with their money? I mean, we're broke. Especially America. The world's broke. Especially America, who are in, $7 trillion debt? $9 trillion debt? Something bullshit fucking number like that. And they still have $500,000 to spend on fucking... Oh, we've got to figure out how to make people feel safe online so nobody starts trolling them. What a load of fucking bullshit. You just need to be that bit more clever than the troll. Because trolls are stupid in general.
If you can't beat them, join them.
Troll the trolls.
Exactly.
That's my fucking,
But I guess there is a different level of trolling. Like, some people can go overboard and really, hurt people,
Oh, hurt their feelings.
Mentally.
Oh, no, they hurt their feelings.
You can go overboard where,
Like what?
People can get depression and stuff, people that are unstable and things like that, There's been... there's different levels of trolling.
Mm.
If it's lighthearted, then I don't see anything wrong with that. But if you're actually trying to attack someone, put him down, and try to make him feel like shit, then that's a different level right there. That's called pretty much,
I don't know, man.
Harassment. Then
it seems to me that you remember when you were a kid, and the fucking what did your parents tell you when you were getting bullied at school? Which is more fucking...
Sticks and stones will break my bones.
Exactly. Sticks and stones will break my bones. Words will never hurt me. They're just words. Usually probably written by fat motherfuckers in their basement who have nothing better to do. Last time a woman seen their dick is with a nurse at the hospital. You know what I mean? You really want to spend 500 grand combating these fuckheads? You're an idiot. Anyway, what are you going to say?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought you were going to add something. It's a joint project by the Northwestern and Northwestern University. See, it's all these fucking universities, these fucking kids who, oh, we need our safe spaces. We don't want to be trolled. We don't want facts thrown at us. We want safe spaces.
Yeah, it does sound pretty.
What do you think of safe spaces? Have you heard of this shit?
Not really.
Apparently they want safe spaces. Okay, I get it. No racism, no this, no that. They just want nice little safe spaces. But they're the ones that determine what the fucking. There was a woman who.
Do you mean kind of like how I think it's in China and stuff, how they've got the internet police and you can't say anything wrong otherwise.
That's where this is going.
Yeah.
It's internet censorship. Now.
But that's sort of a breach of people's privacy and rights again, isn't it?
Exactly. Listen, I don't care what you say. I'll defend to the fucking death, unless it's the old cliche of yelling fire in a fucking crowded theatre, then, your free speech sort of goes out the window in a scenario like that. But when it comes down to fucking... I forgot, where was I going with that? But when it comes down to things that I don't agree with, I'm more than happy. Listen, I've invited people onto this show that have complete opposite fucking views of mine. They won't come on. Why? Why do you think that, Rankin? Why do you think they won't come on? Because they're fucking... You need to debate whatever ideas you had. When I was 17, I didn't think the way I do now. You know what I mean? I had a whole other set of beliefs. Some of them have stayed along. Some of them have stayed with me. Like, I don't like the war on terror, fucking, because that just gives a blank slate to fucking, there's terrorists in Kazakistan. Let's go. You know what I mean? It just gives them that, it just also has to have oil, But anyway, got off topic. There's nothing wrong with trolls. Trolls, if anything, they bring something to the conversation, you know what I mean? Because all it is these days is the other half of the fucking argument. You can't fucking...
They hold the balance.
Yeah, exactly, man.
You can't only have, you have to have the bad in order to have the good. Otherwise, what have you got to compare it with,
Exactly. You need you need 4, 5, 6 sides of an argument to get to the fucking truth and to fucking get to a point where everybody's happy. Not everyone's going to be happy, but at the end of the day, you need all these different type of views. Listen, I'm sick of fucking trying to get people onto this podcast and they're like, no, I don't quite agree with your views. And it's like, great! Debate me. And if your fucking argument has any merit, then maybe it will change my view. What do you think?
Well, it's I reckon they shouldn't be babying over people too much with this sort of thing because it will affect their communication skills with
If
people.
they're focusing on getting rid of the trolls, what's next? Then they're just going to cast everyone as a troll. And even if you agree with it right now, let's get rid of all these Trump supporters and all these alt-right, which is a weird fucking thing.
But the other aspect is, just for example, let's think of school kids and stuff. If you baby over them too much, then their social skills aren't going to be. Yeah, you're pretty much fucking them up. Yeah, because they're not going to be ready when they
And then when real shit fucking happens to them, they're like,
exactly.
And it's like, why? What's going on? What's happened? I lost a shoe.
And now just imagine when these people, when they grow up and become in charge of our countries and stuff.
Exactly. You don't want. Gonna be. You already see it now.
In order to have good morals, you need to have, you need to be prepared to be able to, to know what to take to heart and what not to. You need to put things into a good perspective. Yeah. See, the problem is we're not allowed to fucking argue the point of Wahhabist, Muslims in Australia and shit like that. When it comes to Sharia law, if we even mention it, suddenly we're fucking racist and blah, 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 blah. But I just heard the Green Party recently come out and say that Christians should be arrested. It should be put under the same watch as Muslim terrorists. Really? I haven't seen any Christians chopping heads off lately. What points were they referring to? They were referring to those God hate fags mob over in the States.
people who go against gay rights, you know, because of their Christian beliefs or whatever, you know. And we've talked about that on the show before.
You can't judge, the entirety of it just from a few black sheep.
Exactly. We keep getting told that about Muslims. You can't fucking do that with everybody. And then, if I went to I've got a certain fucking group of friends. If I went to their house and said, oh, I'm Christian, I'm not. But if I just went over and said I'm Christian, I would be attacked. Fucking, how could you believe in the fucking da-da-da-da-da? And then I guarantee one person will bring up, well, yeah, I believe in the spaghetti monster that lives in this,
the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Yeah. Fucking guarantee something. I'm not
up as a pirate, I think, with that one.
But don't you see the double standards here? You know what I mean? I can't criticize, and Islam isn't a fucking race.
It's pretty petty when you think about it.
Listen,
people should be allowed to believe in what they want to believe in, as long as they don't go and try and push others into.
And it should be up for criticism. I'm doing the point.
You're allowed to criticize, but you don't have to. Yeah, it doesn't have to. It's just stupid how it can.
Things should be up for criticism.
Hand. It can turn make a mountain out of a molehill out of some of these things. When I think it's just so irrelevant.
You just need the conversation first, though. If you're able to fucking have the open conversation and not get angry that somebody else has a different point.
It's being accepting of other people's opinions. That's all it is, isn't it? Yeah, if you can accept that without
in a debate scenario.
Into a fight.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Like, how can you? If I had the direct opposite views to you, which on most things we do.
Yeah. But we're not gonna start a war.
But we do get into heated arguments, and that's the thing that people can't handle. They can't handle heated arguments. I mean, who was I was talking to the other day, and I was told to stop yelling at them. Somebody at work, and I was told to stop yelling at them. I'm not yelling at them. This is just my normal voice, we should put a clip together all the times Franco's told me to, you're being too loud.
That'd be a pretty good compilation. We could put
when I just start going,
put a Benny Hill theme in the background too.
I could just imagine. No. But no, this is the point. You need every side of the argument, regardless if it's fucking right or wrong. That's
the only way you can see the full story, from each aspect, and get a proper
understanding on what exactly.
Seeing each and every aspect of it. Yeah.
You don't get there by banning the trolls. You know what's going to happen? All you do is create more trolls, and the only way to fucking get around it is to then censor the fucking internet. And once you start censoring the internet, it won't be long. What's the old fucking thing?
It's going to create.
Hang on. What's that old poem from World War II?
I don't know.
It starts off saying. They came for the Jews. I wasn't Jewish. Fuck. Anyway, talking about the Nazis, how the Nazis came for all their political enemies, and then in the very end, I can never remember the whole thing, but at the very end of the statement, he says something along the lines of, and then they came for me, and there was nobody left to stand up for me. Because you sat on your ass and you let everybody be taken away. Regardless of what you think of somebody, what their fucking opinions are. You don't want them fucking put into any gulag. Whether it be on the internet or a physical gulag.
Well, I can guarantee if they try and go out of their way to try and stop trolls, censor things, they're all going to bite back twice as hard. And then
it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time if they bring in something that censors that.
And all that, the... Pretty much.
The deep web would still be there. I think it will just put more people towards the deep web to find their information.
People are always going to find a way around things, and...
Do they have that in China? Does the deep web work in China?
God knows.
It should, but I don't know. But all they need to do is block Tor.
They've got a thing called the Internet Police, which are actually monitoring everyone on networks, and you'll actually get a phone call. If you've said something wrong in a forum, or for example, one of the things that might be illegal over there, pretty much you'll actually get a call and you get a warning, and if you breach that warning again, you get cut off the internet. They've actually got internet police over there.
I watched this thing.
China. It might be one of the other countries.
Yeah, I watched this thing the other day, and this guy was talking about how to stop the dark web. The deep web, dark web, deep web, whatever they call it. They wanted to introduce internet passports, right? In order to get online. So if you had this internet passport, then somehow, it would track you by going on the dark web. or if you're caught going on the deep web. The name of the doco was Dark Web. Give me a break here. It just, and hang on, where was I going with that?
Passports.
They were saying how people need passports. Just look at what happened over in America when it comes to fucking the no-fly list. People are getting put. You don't know about the no-fly list. People who are suspected to be terrorists put onto a list. That doesn't sound very Nazi Germany to me, does it? No. Never in history has people been put on lists ever gone bad. Oh, no. Anyway, they're put on no-fly list. That means that fucking they can't get on an airplane. And you can't get off it. Once you're on the list, they have no system in place to regulate who goes on the list, nor do they have a system in place to take you off the list once you've been put on. You know what I mean? So anybody who's put out a YouTube video that they don't like can be barred.
Really?
Exactly.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, she's not the nicest person in the world, and this is here in Australia. She's not the nicest person in the world. She broke into shit and and yeah, you know who you are. I'm not mentioning your name on the podcast, but she knows who she is. She got arrested about 18 months ago. Got practically 2 years, but got off. Got out on. Had to have that bracelet on her ankle and shit. But as she was telling me that she is now officially a terrorist in Australia because of the crimes that she's done in the past and because of her search history and fucking her music, because she's also a rapper. I should probably name her because probably give her more credibility being a. It's the first terrorist rapper I've ever fucking heard.
Yeah, but
she's
associated publicly.
But it's because it's nothing. Okay, yeah, it's because of her criminal past, but she hasn't hurt anyone. She hasn't killed anyone. She hasn't planted bombs. You know what I mean? But it's because of what she looks up online. As Franco said here one day, if we're not on a list, we're not doing this podcast, right? And I was like, oh, you keep talking, man. I don't want to be on those lists. But yeah, she's officially a terrorist because of fucking her past crimes, and that's what they are. They're crimes. I'm not, excusing her for it, but she never killed anyone. She never tried to blow anything up. It's because of her crimes and what she looks up online, which is
What were the crimes?
Breaking and entering, just shit like that. Yeah. Theft. She broke into a servo, and her and her mates tried to rob a servo.
Well, obviously that alone isn't enough to class you as a terrorist.
Exactly. They locked the doors and fucking.
But you're saying the search history was one of the biggest.
Her search history and her music.
So the lyrics themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're saying because of those two things on top of her criminal record, she is now a terrorist. I honestly think that's a fucking load of shit, man. And if we're really living in a country where a criminal can be put on a list as a terrorist who's never actually killed anyone, I'm not excusing her from her crimes. She has done bad shit in the past, but she shouldn't be fucking classified as a fucking terrorist just because of that shit.
You sure this is all legit?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I've seen the paperwork, dude. Yeah, no, it's fucking... Anyway.
This seems a bit overboard.
A bit overboard? Of course it's overboard. It's fucking...
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Of course it's overboard. We're dealing with the Australian government. They can't do anything that's not fucking underboard. Why is this playing?
I'm sure there's heaps of people every day that have done that exact same thing,
Exactly.
So, and all these people getting classed as terrorists?
No, because they're not fucking putting out songs, and they're not,
So that was like
that was the clincher.
The media sort of thing.
That was the clincher on it. That fucking she was, she had a criminal past, and what she was looking up online, she's now considered a terrorist. But anyway, moving back into what we were talking about, I've got an article here from Bloomberg. Ugh. Anyway, let's just say that we shouldn't really trust everything we read on Bloomberg. But I like the head of this article. Putin says DNC hack, that's what I was talking about before with the young kid that died, was a public service. Yeah, no shit. and that Russia didn't do it. Of course Russia didn't do it. They already have the emails. It's fucking true. Like, fucking fuck off. Anyway, here's what the article says. Vladimir Putin said... Putin? I don't know how to say that right. Putin or Putin? Putin. Anyway, Vladimir Putin said that the hacking of thousands of Democratic National Committee emails, that's what the DNC stands for, and documents was a service to the public, but denied U.S. accusations because Hillary's saying that the Russians done it. That, you know, it wasn't the Russians, it was people within your own fucking thing that didn't like, in her own party that didn't like her fucking stealing the election. They're the ones that released it. And he goes on to say, listen, does it even matter who hacked the data? Nope. Putin said in an interview to Pacific Post, The important thing is the content, and that was given to the public. US officials blame hackers guided by Russian governments for the attacks on DNC servers earlier this year. That results in WikiLeaks publishing about 20,000 private emails. Now, here's what I want to do. I'm going to fucking get these emails. I'm going to comb through them myself, and we're going to do a whole fucking episode based on just the fucking emails of Hillary Clinton. 20,000.
So you're going to go through each.
I'm going to comb through 20. It's going to be...
That'll be one long podcast.
I'm only going to... Well, I'm not going to get the ones that say fucking, you know, what's the weather like tomorrow? You know what I mean? I'll comb through them. I'm not going to read every single one, but I'm going to comb through these fucking ones, and I'm going to do my own fucking podcast based on this, because everything I see online, no one's actually doing that. So I thought, I might as well fucking do that. Emails just before Hillary Clinton's nominating convention in July. Blah, I'm tripping over my words, man. The document showed attempts by the party officials to undermine her chief Democratic rival, Bernie Sanders, and led the registration and led to the resignation. I can't fucking say it. And led to the resignation of Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She was the head of the DNC. She had to resign. Guess where she's working now? Head of the Hillary campaign. Oh, shocker. What a fucking shocker. The woman responsible for fucking giving Hillary the chair. Yeah, okay. Putin has been in power since 2000 and is facing re-election in 18 months. He's going to get it back in. Has a cumulative relationship with Clinton. What's it? I don't even know what that word means. A cumulative?
Cumulative. Wait, hang on.
I can't even say it. With Clinton since her failed attempt to reset relations as Secretary of State back in 2009. Putin in 2011 blamed her personally for stoking the biggest protests of his rule by sending activist signal. What? By sending an activist signal to some actors inside Russia. This goes back to with what happened with the Ukraine and Russia. Clinton has compared the why the fuck are they using words I can't say? The actions of the Crimea in 2014 to actions taken by Adolf Hitler before World War II. Bullshit! You lying skank! There's no need to... Stop laughing, it's fucking true. There's no need to... What? I thought you were going to say something. There's no need to distract from the public's attention from the essence of the problem by raising some minor issues connected to the search for who did it. This is what Putin said. But I want to tell you again, I don't know anything about it, and on a state level, Russia has never done this. Okay, so they're not known for doing this in the past. Unsurprisingly, Putin has joined Trump in cheerleading foreign interference in the US. No, he hasn't. Fuck off, man. He made a joke. Okay, what they're referencing here is that fucking Trump made a joke a few months ago that if the Russians have it, why don't you release it? And they're like, oh, treason. It's not fucking treason. He was making a joke, you fucking morons. Half the time you see this shit on oh my fucking techie's left me. Oh well. Half the time you see this shit on fucking line, it's all bullcrap anyway. Anyway, scrolling down. In a 2-hour conversation near Russia's eastern fringe, Putin touched on subjects ranging from the war in Syria to oil prices and trade with China. It came just 2 days before Putin, Barack Obama, and other world leaders gathered for a group of 20 meetings in Hangzhou. Okay. If you know how to say that properly, put down in the comments because I have no fucking idea. An internal DNC probe by CrowdStrike Inc., a cybersecurity, traced the DNC breakup to 2 groups, it says, that are linked to the Russian intelligence service. Bullshit. This is what I was saying before. This has nothing to do with the Russians. Bloomberg wants to fucking put it out like it is. No, the guy that released the fucking emails was shot in the back of the head. Alright? Do I need to say any more? He was found in his apartment, shot in the fucking back of the head. Okay? And the cop said, oh, but no, that just looks like a robbery. But they didn't take anything. Yeah, robbery. Fucking bullshit. Anyway, I'm trying to get off Clinton here for a second, people, because honestly, she just makes me angry, and I really don't want her as president. Can you imagine having to fucking cover that fucking silly cunt for fucking 4 years? Oh. God damn, I don't want to do it. I think I'd end the podcast if fucking Hillary Clinton got the fucking in charge. Honestly, just for the sole fact that I don't want to talk about the cunt. Okay, next article. Cure for cancer might have accidentally been found, and it could be malaria. Dum dum dum. By attaching malaria proteins to the cancer cells, tumors could be burrowed into what? Could be burrowed and then destroyed. And it seems that the effective 90% of the types of cancers. Okay, so it's effective to up to. I shouldn't read these things out loud. I'm not very good at reading shit out loud. I stumble over my words all the time. Anyway. Scientists may have accidentally made a huge step forward in the search for a cure for cancer, discovering unexpectedly that a malaria protein that can be an effective weapon against the disease. Danish researchers were hunting for a way of protecting pregnant women from malaria, which can cause huge problems if it attacks the placenta. But they found at the same time that armed malaria proteins can attack cancer cells too, an approach which could be a step forward in curing the disease. Now, you go online, there's a lot of people who say, oh, look at this weird-looking fruit will cure cancer. Look, pot will cure cancer. I don't know about that. I know people who have smoked pot who had cancer, and it completely eased their symptoms. They weren't as in much pain from the chemos and all that sort of stuff. So I do know that it does help there, but I honestly, and maybe, okay, if you have any articles that you know that proves this one way or another, put it down in the about marijuana curing cancer. Put it in the comments down below. What?
I showed you an article the other day. I don't know if you read it, about that little girl, and for many years she was having seizures, and the only thing that actually solved all the problems was because she had like a rare condition. Yep. Was they actually gave her medical marijuana. Yeah. And it actually helped this girl. Medical
marijuana isn't THC. It's actually the other chemical that's in it that helps with the stuff. The THC, if I remember correctly, that helps with pain. But they're finding that fucking epileptic children are actually not having as many seizures. Yeah, I did see the article. I didn't read it through.
This one wasn't epilepsy. She had like a rare condition where she was constantly having seizures. It's worse than epilepsy. Yeah, right. There's nothing they could do to fix it. But then this after years, they found like an article on the web themselves or something of curing another kid. So they tried it and it worked.
Yeah.
And then now she's gone without seizures.
Well, I don't know if you heard that. I know you were out of the room for a moment, but Danish researchers have just come up with a way of protecting, of curing cancer, and they reckon it could be up to 90% of people who take it might kill 90% of the cancers. And they found it by research in malaria. It's a protein in malaria.
Malaria.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they found. I'll read the article. which can cause. Okay, they're saying how malaria can cause. They're doing research to pregnant women because I already said this to.
So they're saying what malaria can kill off cancer cells.
They're saying that the protein from the malaria can. But scientists have combined a bit of protein, the bit of protein that the malaria vaccine uses to bury vaccines. Don't trust vaccine, guys. No, I don't trust vaccines. Like, I know how I believe in the science and I know how the science works. I just don't trust fucking big pharma, and you're a fucking idiot if you do too. It's true, man. Do you really fucking trust big pharma? They have no fucking liability laws on their vaccines. If you get damage from a vaccine, you can't sue them.
I don't know much about it, to be honest.
Yeah. If you had a kid, and that kid got autism, and you had just recently
has that actually been proven, that whole autism connected with vaccines thing? Or
they tried to fight it. It is and it isn't, because they haven't done much research about it, so they don't really know. But the doctor who put it forward lost his license. Yeah. But the other guy who also had his name on the paper got his license back. Yeah. You know, I'm not disagreeing with vaccines. You know, vaccines work like this. They take, just like this article says, they take the protein from the virus and then they inject you with that protein. That way, if you catch the virus, you'll still have the virus, but you'll have a better chance because you have the proteins to fight the virus off.
Building immunity, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The problem is...
It's like every time I think you have a cold or something, it's a different strain, and that's the only reason you can get it multiple times, because it adapts and changes.
Yeah, the problem is all the high leads and stuff like that they're found in certain fucking very, very cheap... I'm not saying all vaccines have the very cheap fucking vaccines where they've cut corners and stuff like that and haven't taken all the fucking trace minerals out and blah, 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 blah. It's actually causing a lot of fucking bad fucking shit for the kids, you know what I mean? And there's a movie that we're going to do a review on. It's called Vaxxed. Robert, what's his name? Fucking, I can't. The actor who was in with Will Smith in Men in Black. What's his name? Is it Tommy Lee Jones? That's not right.
Yeah.
That might not be the actor I'm thinking of. An actor just recently came out. No, Robert De Niro, I think.
No, he wasn't in it.
No, it's either Robert De Niro or the other guy from Men in Black. It's one of those two guys. I can't remember. His son has autism. He believes he got it from the vaccine. Now, he started promoting this new documentary called Vaxxed. I haven't seen it yet, but it goes into the details and saying how vaccines can cause autism, plus a dozen other fucking symptoms. Someone here?
Sounds like.
And dozens of other symptoms. But...
there's obviously different levels of autism as well.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I have a very low strain.
Yeah.
So you can't notice it.
No, yeah. Who was it? Oh, okay. We're almost done. Not really, but yeah. But no, listen, I don't trust the fucking cunts who are making the vaccines, let alone fucking... see, I have no problem with the vaccine itself. As I said, it takes the protein from the virus and injects you with the protein. But half the time, they fucking cut corners and stuff like that and give you a dodgy fucking one. There are clean vaccines out there. They admit to it. But I don't think half of them fucking are very fucking clean. Especially when you go over to Africa and then the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation trucks roll up and cunts fucking take off. You know what I mean? Because they know that their kids have gotten sick every time those fucking cunts have come around. Anyway, so they think they might have discovered a cure for cancer, but we're going to have to fucking wait and see. It's still early stages yet. They're still doing all the testing and stuff like that. But moving on to the next article, and this is what we were talking about before, Rankin. What happened there? What's this shit? It says ad blocker detected.
Just close that tab.
Huh?
Probably can't use that one.
Oh, bullshit. That sucks. Okay. Anyway. This is what I was telling you about before. ISIS child suicide bomber stripped of explosive before attack in Iraq. Now, I'll throw up a few images and stuff like that, but footage has emerged showing the arrest of a boy thought to be as young as 12, who police... Hang on, this thing's playing. Damn thing. 12 years old. He was carrying a bomb on behalf of ISIS. The video of the arrest shows Iraqi security forces removing a suicide bomb vest. Fuck that job.
You're gonna put up part of the clip.
Yeah. As I'm talking, they'll see the clip here. Where is it? The video shows him apparently to burst into tears as he is captured by police. Yeah, because you're fucked, aren't you, kid? This is a 12-year-old kid.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't find it funny. Like, it is unclear whether the boy wanted to carry out the attack himself or was forced into it by a jihadi group. Probably the latter. New details have emerged suggesting that the boy was kidnapped by masked men who placed the explosives on his vest. That's probably what he told him. You know, I was kidnapped. I didn't want to do it. These fucking dirty.
He probably didn't know any better from growing up in that, around that sort of environment as well. So
that could be true, but that doesn't excuse it. Yeah. Hours earlier, a suicide bomber blew himself up in front of the Shia shrine in Kirkuk. Kirkuk.
What?
Kirkuk, injuring 3 people. The attack followed another suicide bombing in the same neighborhood that caused no casualties. There is a dangerous campaign tonight against Kirkuk. That's what it says, Kirkuk. A security official told Kurdish news agency. On Sunday, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said that an ISIS child bomber as young as 12. This is what fucking shocks me, man, is that the kid was 12.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and
it's an eye opener about, like, yeah.
But this segues perfectly into my next argument. Because everyone thinks, you know, oh, what about the women and children, or the migrants, the women and children? And I've always said, you know, oh, well, let the women and children in. Just don't let the fucking military-aged men in. Do some fucking search about that. Well, let's just say my fucking entire fucking view was fucking blown back by this little girl who's over in Sydney who gave a girl 8 calls Islamic youth back to jihad. That's the title of the fucking article. Now it goes on to say, now this little girl, she's 8 years old. She did a speech. Oh, damn it. She did a speech in Sydney. This is a girl that's living in Sydney. This isn't some fucking Syrian fucking, you know, person thousands of miles away. Now the article goes on to say, as Julia Gillard struggled to explain how Muslim children could be used to incite violence, just as we saw with that 12-year-old boy, 8-year-old Rakaya, I don't give a fuck, yesterday frouted a Congress of Islamic fundamentalists in Sydney to endorse her love for jihad, addressing over 600-strong crowd in Australian chapter Hizbut-Tahrir, I'm not saying that, in Bankstown. Fucking, this is not that far away. Cities west, the young girl urged Muslim youth to fight for the restoration of this Islamic caliphate. Now, what caliphate means is empire. That's practically what caliphate stands for. A single global government for all Muslims established under Sharia law. Now, this is her own words. My dear brothers and sisters in Islam, as the world gathers against us, the believers in Sharia, the believers in Syria.
You'd be better off putting a video up for this, wouldn't you? So you can see.
Huh? The video will be going up in post.
Say it yourself. I mean.
No, I'll do it in post. Then if I put the video up, YouTube will just pull me down, so I have to fucking read it out most of the time. Seeking to hijack our sincere and blessed uprising. She's talking about what's going on. The battery's about to die.
It's alright.
No.
It's split.
She's talking about the uprising in Syria. ISIS. That's what she's talking about. Anytime you're watching fucking TV and they talk about the rebels in fucking Syria, that's ISIS. Do your fucking research. Go to fucking Russia Today, RT. They'll fucking show you. Go to InfoWars, Breitbart. Fucking plenty of sources out there who are considered now the alt-right, which I'll get to in a moment, which is complete bullshit. But it says children in Sydney would like to send their message of hope and support to the Muslims of Syria, especially the children and mothers. Which is, okay, I get that, you know what I mean? There's a lot of kids over there being killed. These uprisings have demonstrated the Ummah, global Muslim community, is alive and well. Her love is for jihad. She is unshackled. She has unshackled herself from the fear which she held, and she yearns to once again live under the banner of Islamic State. Children as young as myself can be seen on the streets joining the uprising. Right? Yeah, bullshit. Rising their... They're children. They don't know any fucking better. You give a fuck... Just like this poor 12-year-old boy who was kidnapped and fucking had a bomb strapped to him. Yeah. You know, and sent into a fucking building. What that article before didn't say is that was a wedding that was being held there.
It's most likely the parents of these kids that you can probably blame.
I don't think it's the parents. No, I don't... That's what people always say. Oh, it's always the parents' fault.
Yeah, but they'd probably be strong supporters, so the kids grew up, into that lifestyle.
Yeah, I know, but fucking... This is happening in Sydney.
Yeah.
Sydney. You know what I mean? Like... When are we going to get to that point where we were just going to fucking actually start telling the truth? I don't understand this fucking bullshit. We're lying all the time. We're getting out there fucking lying all the time, saying all the fucking rebels in Syria are fucking peace loving, blah blah blah, while they got the fucking Islamic flag flying over their head. They got the ISIS flag flying over their head, and they're like, oh no, they're peaceful. They just killed that fucking 9-year-old boy the other day. They chopped his head off. I watched the fucking video. It's disgusting. Yeah, they chopped his fucking head off. 9-year-old boy because he's fucking Sunni.
Don't put that video up.
No, sorry, I should say, he was Shiite, not Sunni.
Okay.
The difference between Shiites and Sunnis, it's almost like the difference between Catholicism and Christianity, where Christianity believes that Jesus was God in flesh. The Sunnis believe that Muhammad was God in flesh. And then the Shiites just believe that he was just a prophet, just like how they believe that Jesus was a prophet, or Muhammad, or that not the other guy was the Jewish fella was a prophet. They're all together, They all believe in Jesus. But it's only the Sunnis who believe that he was believes Muhammad was a. But people don't even know the difference. Like they're all like, all Muslims. You can't treat all Muslims the same. Exactly. Because you have Wahhabists out there. Now, we had a few more articles and stuff like that, but fucking, I think we'll probably end. How long have we been going for, Chris? Not long at all, have we?
I think it would probably be about 35 minutes. Yeah.
35 minutes. That's not very long at all. So
we'll check the audio.
Oh, I can do that right now. Hang on. Sorry, folks. I'm just going to check. Oh, we've been going about an hour.
Oh, so yeah, there's cuts every hour then.
Yeah, all right. Well, hang on. I'll try it. Well, what do you... Okay, I'll get your final thoughts on that before we move on to another article.
Oh, did you want to end it here? But
No, I just want to get your final thoughts. I want to find one more article and then we'll do it. We'll finish.
My final thoughts?
Yeah. About that little girl.
That little girl. Which little girl?
The one I was just reading about. The one that fucking...
the one that was given the speech?
Yeah.
Well, I already sort of told you, my thoughts. Someone at that age, you can't really hold them personally responsible as they're still in the learning process, so they can only go by,
But do you see the propaganda, though? How she's addressing a bunch of other children?
I would say it's almost like someone older than them using her as, because they know, a little kid is going to get more recognition than if someone older were to go up and give a speech, so they're kind of using her as that sort of thing. Yeah,
I understand that.
It's probably it was probably set up. Probably told her what to say and everything,
Oh, no doubt that she would have had a fucking script in front of her and all that sort of shit, and she was. But my problem with this whole thing is that fucking they keep saying that there's nothing wrong with the Muslims that are living in Australia, but they don't know the difference between a Wahhabist. Pardon me. They don't know the difference between Wahhabism and fucking... or they don't know the difference between a Shiite and a Sunni. But they expect that all Muslims are the same. Fucking idiots. And I'm not saying all Sunnis are bad either. Fucking the head of... a Syrian girl. She's a Sunni, but she gets it. You know what I mean? She's not a Wahhabist. She's not wearing a fucking burqa over her head and shit like that, you know? It's just her fucking religion. It's what she fucking... Anyway.
Did you want to, if you want to mention, like, that video I showed you earlier, the Trump...
Yeah, we were watching a video earlier, and I'll throw up little fucking
I think there's
photos.
It was fan-made, though. I'm not sure if it's an official ad, but...
Yeah, okay, it's fan-made and stuff like that, but it's just this Asian girl who... All over her room is Trump, like all posters of Trump just everywhere, and she's sitting there and she's stroking the photo and all that. And
we will add it to the description.
I'll put it down in the description below, but I'll throw up a couple of photos of her just looking at the Trump, and then there's one point Trump's like that. The photo just winks at her and shit like that. Now it's not an official thing, and
I don't think it is. It might be, but I don't think.
Yeah. Now this comes from fucking InfoWars. Now. Recently, they've come out. Hillary Clinton came out and attacked Alex Jones. Literally, said him by name, you know, and said that he was part of the alt-right, who are all being funded by Russia. Honestly, this sounds like fucking Cold War propaganda. You know, do you remember? No, you wouldn't remember the Cold War. Anyway, neither do I. On Tuesday,
told you you're old.
Yeah. On Tuesday, September 1st, I look good for my age. 92 tomorrow. No. On Tuesday, September 1st, broadcaster Alex Jones on the Alex Jones show, we break down Donald Trump's historic trip to Mexico. He recently went to Mexico and met up with the president of Mexico. It went pretty good too, because as he said, he's like, y'all have a wall. There's a wall between you and it's not Cuba. It's whatever country's just after that. You know, South America. Whatever country's just next to, whatever it is. I don't think it's Cuba. I think Cuba's on the other. Anyway, as they said, it's like, you have a wall there. That's all we want. Anyway, I'll watch the entire speech. And we met with the Mexican president, master hypnotist and creator of popular comic book strip, Dilbert. Do you remember Dilbert?
Yep.
Yeah. Scott Adams joins the show, and he went on the show to talk about Trump. He came out and fucking said that he was no longer vote because he came out as a Trump supporter, but he came out and said that he was a Trump supporter. He was, you know, liking a lot of things that Trump was saying, and then he started getting death threats. Anyway, so he went on to the Alex Jones show, and he is exactly what he said. He goes, Alex, so you're no longer backing Trump. And he's like, no, I'm voting for Hillary. Oh, no, he goes, I'm supporting Hillary in fear for my life. Because he's had that many death threats about supporting Trump. He was literally getting fucking death threatened. I'm spitting. He was literally getting death threatened. The creator of Dilbert, just because he supported a fucking candidate. Maybe we should do something about trolling. We'll just get rid of all the fucking anti-Trump people. No. See, even that, man, I can't even fucking come out with that joke because I don't agree with it. Anyway, you right? What are you doing? Mosquito, okay. Also, Lola and Sutherland, if you don't know who she is, she works for Rebel Media, and she recently got kicked off YouTube because of a video she made about... Have you seen that video that's going about the hula girl? Do you want to jump in here, Dad? About the hula girl?
Oh,
hang on, just wait till...
It's not actually a taxi, what do they call it?
It's like an Uber driver or
something along them lines.
Yeah.
I feel bad about saying woman.
She sounds like... Do you remember the nanny?
Huh?
Do you remember the nanny?
Yeah,
she sounds like the nanny.
Voice was better.
Yeah.
But this voice was... I don't know how to describe it.
Irritating.
I really don't. A screechy... It sounded like a parrot, but a parrot sounds better.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get away from it. She got really offended
by a hula girl
because this guy had a one of those little hula.
Yeah.
Statue
I have one of them. Dee brought that for me from fucking Hawaii.
Yeah, when she was in Hawaii.
Yeah.
But she got offended by it, and she asked him to take it down.
Yeah.
And he said no.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
And then she just carried on like.
She was saying it was because of his white privilege, and and someone in the cab turned around. He's Asian.
Yeah, yeah. She said, that'd offend the Hawaiians.
Yeah.
And then
and she kept going on.
And the guy said, "But I'm Asian." Well, someone said, that he was Asian.
Yeah.
But she just carried on like.
Yeah.
Look, honestly, I don't know how to describe how she carried on.
We're probably going to get kicked off fucking YouTube for talking about it because Laura Sutherland did a video. Very, very attractive blonde woman. I'll throw up a photo. If you don't agree with me, then you're fucking gay. No, but seriously, like, anyway, fucking, she got kicked off YouTube because she made a video about it. She made a video. She's been talking about. She went to a Muslim migration camp over in Germany, and that video was, and she was asking people like, fucking, so where do you come from? And blah blah blah. That didn't get taken down. All the fucking so-called controversial videos that she's put out over the time hasn't been taken down, but this one did because of this. I don't even want to fucking talk about it. Well, not Lauren. I don't want to talk about it. Okay, here's what we'll do. Here's a tiny little fucking clip from the. And I'll edit this down so we don't get taken off YouTube. But here's a tiny little clip from that fucking encounter.
You thought that was adorable. You didn't think about like the pillaging of the continent of Hawaii.
I didn't even know there was pillaging.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Okay, so you won't get rid of the doll then? Because that was like really cute thing that you found at Goodwill.
No. I'm not gonna not get rid of it because of that. I just don't realize it was a person over there.
But so obviously, like, you as like a white male, you were like the least like.
But now you're judging me. You're assuming where I'm from.
No, I'm not. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying like that. Perhaps like you might be the person who is least hurt in this situation. I'm a passenger in your car. Like, that doll is offensive to me, but you don't want to take it down because you like found it at Goodwill and it was like a good find.
Now, if you watch the entirety of that clip, the dude eventually kicks her out of the cab, right? He's like, and she's like, no, you're gonna take me to where I want to go, and he's like, no, I'm not. And pulls over and is like, out. And then she starts laughing. She's like, oh my God, that was one of the most bizarre fucking nights I've ever had. Oh my God.
Yeah, then she stood there and she got a camera out.
She
tried to get his number plate, but the dude took off that fast.
He was gone. Yeah.
I won't say he laid rubber,
yeah,
but he took off really quick.
Yeah.
And she's going, oh, look at that. He took off so I can't get his number plate.
Yeah.
And she was asking his name, and he's going, there it is there.
Yeah.
He's tapping the dash.
Yeah.
And said, no, I asked you what your name was.
Yeah.
And she carried on.
No, but the thing is, if you watch the video, he does, before she starts yelling at him, he does tell her his name. But then she starts going fucking bonkers. So, fuck the cow. Stop fucking talking to her.
But there was someone else in that car with him.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, because when they were she was screeching at him, I won't say talking, and you could hear this other voice come into it. And that
was another passenger in the car, because apparently...
Yeah, that's what I mean. There was someone else in the car. And they just said, I don't see, something along the lines of how they weren't offended by it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're being... basically stupid, and then but I don't know, she just carried on like an idiot.
She was, what's the word?
Political
she was triggered.
Bullshit.
No, Dad, she was triggered. That triggers me.
Was this like a dash cam video or something?
No, she was filming this.
She was
filming this in order to fucking get. She thought that she was gonna fuck this dude up.
It's probably one of those attention things, I think.
More than likely.
She turned around and said, "Oh, this video is going to go viral." Well, it did go viral, but not for the reason that she thought it was going to. It went viral because everyone called her an idiot and most nauseating voice that they'd ever heard, and a few other comments that I read.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you call an attention whore.
Attention whore isn't even the right fucking word, because at least usually whores are good looking. Anyway,
I'd love to have seen what she looked like.
There's photos online.
Is that? I haven't seen.
No, because she's got the phone out like that, and she's trying to film, and you can barely see anything anyway. Like, she's got it fucking face down most of the time, and fucking
She's probably trying to get a viral bit out there, because she probably thought, she wants to.
That'll fuck
it went viral. She thought it would go viral because she was attacking this guy. It went viral. Oh, well, it did. It went viral because she was attacking him, but not for the reason
Yeah.
that she thought it was going to.
Yeah.
Which I sat there, to be honest with you, I sat there and clucked. No one could hear me, but I sat there and clucked anyway.
No, well, that's exactly right. Now, all right, well, I think we've run out of fucking articles to talk about, so what I'll do is I'll end the show here. You've been watching Southern-cross Resistance. Thanks for tuning in. I know this is probably a shorter episode than we usually do. Usually go for an hour and a half plus, but today we decided to shrink it up that little bit. My name's been Chris Learson. On the board at the back there is Rankin. Throwing his two bobs in is my old man, Brian Learson. You've been watching Southern-cross Resistance. Have a good day. I will see you next time. Oh, fuck. What? I wasn't recording. Nah.